I personally think like yoga is okay, but I don't think it really is a good thing for athletes to do. I think the yoga or like the breathing and the mindfulness thing is great, but the over lengthening, of musculature, stuff like that, I don't think that's necessarily the greatest thing. What are your thoughts on that personally, on your perspective?
So I started doing it because I hit like 2 massive growth spurts midway through high school.
Yeah.
Not more so like early, like middle school going into high school. Like I started off 8th grade. I was like the short fat kid like for most of my life, and I started off like 8th grade as like one of the shorter kids in my class. I was like 5'2", and then at the end of the year I was 5'11", and then freshman year started at 5'11", and then ended at 6'4.5", 6'5", what I am now. So like muscle tissue, like just overall, like I guess muscles in general, like hadn't caught up with like my bone structure, so like everything was out of alignment, like was always tight, and I was just also like incredibly weak because I hadn't been in the weight room before. So I started the weight room before I actually got into yoga, but I just heard that if you're trying to like increase flexibility and it's great for pitching, so and with some of the injuries that I had faced, I thought hot yoga would be like a good thing for me. So I tried doing it in high school and I enjoyed it. Like I think there is like a point where it helps you to a certain extent, and then I think anything after that is you're not really getting much out of it. Something I like continue to do in college and a little bit in the pro ball, but I think it helped me for the time being. But like if I were to go back and do it now, I'm not really sure how much I would get out of it. I don't feel like there's any more mobility needed to gain to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Gotcha. Do you feel like you gained mobility from doing it? Or do you think you just had that mobility already and like
just had to work towards it?
Yeah.
So I think it was more so. I think one of the actually being like doing hot yoga, like the yoga itself is fine, but I think what helped me more was being in like 105 degrees for an hour and a half and doing like active movements to like explore new ranges of motion. So it very well could have been that it was already there. I just needed to like go sweat my ass off and like explore ranges of motion while under extreme heat.
Yeah. Makes sense.